Hey you, yeah you that just clicked this link. If you want to know more about spirituality and mental disabilities, then stay tuned.
You're gonna learn today.
Oh yeah, you gonna learn.
What up? Welcome to No Bad Vibes TV, and it's me, Chris the Enlightened. And today, I'm not gonna say the you know what, because it's more serious today. Usually I'm a jokester and I joke around about a lot of things, but today is a little more serious. We're going to talk about mental disabilities and spirituality. Spirituality and mental disabilities kind of go hand in hand. A lot of the most spiritual people who get signs from the other side are faced with mental disabilities or slash mental illness. People think just because someone is weird or different or something, or that they do something abnormal or something that other people don't do, they automatically assume that is weird or something. Yeah, true enough, a lot of like Down syndrome people, there's a lot of people that are chemically imbalanced. There's something in their brain. It prevents them from being fully capable to understand what the real world is. They're more into the spiritual realm. And lucky for me, I've been able to work in the profession with people with mental disabilities slash mental illness, such as autism, and I've even worked as a caretaker with this guy that had schizophrenia. Dude was like 6'3", like 280 pounds or something like that, and he had schizophrenia. So imagine the things that he told me. He would tell me things like he writes songs for Drake. He's his ghostwriter. He told me he dated the Kardashians. He said he dated Chloe, but she smelled like onions, so he broke up with her. This is basically, to the average person, this seems so weird. But to a spiritualist, there's a lot of spirits in the world. He probably could have seen a spirit that looked something like her, could have been like her, something. He could possibly watch that show and feel vibes from them. So maybe he feels like he knows them. But the average person they think that's weird. Being a spiritualist, it's kind of, or not even just a spiritualist, being someone with a mental disability, as I have a shitload of them. Lucky for me, I've been blessed with the ability to be mentally disabled and at the same time be able to understand a mentally disabled person and be able to tell the difference between that and the real world. Delusion comes out of being mentally disabled sometimes. There might be something in the spiritual realm that's true, but in the real world, it's not. Like, I can easily tell you that there's spirits and they fight for us. Literally, they're invisible and they fight for us. They're literally fighting with weapons for us, right? Our angels and our guides and all that. They're fighting for us. But in the visual world, we can't see it. You only know this if you're in the other spiritual realm. So if I were to tell someone, hey, guess what? My guardian angels are fighting for me right now, and I'm looking, they're going to say, what the heck are you talking about? It's something you got to be able to keep a balance. I have a video on balance, actually. You might want to go look at that. Too much of anything is not good. So if I got too wrapped up in the spiritual realm, you guys will call me a nut, because I wouldn't be able to tell you. If only in time, I'll eventually tell you guys the stuff that goes through my mind. something's always just pouring down in my mind, always thoughts just coming down from the spiritual realm. The mental disability I have is like serious OCD, ADHD. I cannot pay attention to save my fucking life. Even like in school, I'd be in class and I'm in my own world, or I'm writing rap lyrics or some shit like that. Like when it comes to tests and homework and studying, it gets my attention for a little bit. I would have to really force myself to sit down and pay attention to my homework, or sit down and pay attention to the student's lecture. But when it comes to the spiritual realm, it's like, okay, you got my full attention, but it's not okay in this real world. In time, I had to learn the difference between the two. And after my near-death experience, I started unlocking my gifts. I'll do a video about my gifts in the future. But back to this one. What one might call a mental disability, yeah, it is, I guess, a mental disability because it's mental. It's just different from what other people think. But at the same time, like I said, it's more spiritual than anything. So mental disability is more close to spirituality than a quote-unquote normal person. Luckily, I have, ADHD and all that crap. Anything, anxiety, anything you can fucking think of, I got it almost. But I think now it's a gift because it keeps me in tune with the spiritual realm. I know a little bit more than like a quote-unquote normal person would as far as like spiritual stuff. I can understand it a lot better. When somebody's like mentally disabled, for some reason, I just understand what they're saying without even talking. Which that's the power of telepathy. Go watch that video of mine called Telepathy. So my spiritual family, don't get too delusional, okay? Like, keep that balance. Don't be too mentally out there that you get, delusional to where you start really making something up in your head and you don't believe it. I mean, you actually start believing it. So my spiritual fam, don't get too wrapped up in, what's real and what's not. Like, don't get too spiritual that you start making things up in your head and you actually really believe it, because that's delusional. The perfect example of that is this guy, Charlie Zelenoff. I'm late to a lot of new age shit, but I found out like a few months ago this boxer, or he's not a boxer, he has a disability. He goes around saying that he beats people that he fights. Like he goes to boxing gyms and boxes against, not even boxes, he tells people who's doing light sparring. He pays them beforehand to get like free hits on them, and then tells them they're going to do light sparring. So they finally do, and he catches them like right when they say go, boom, 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 there he is just hitting them, and people are like, what the fuck? Like he catches them totally off guard, especially when he says he's doing light sparring. He cuts out the parts where he gets beat up, and then he puts only like the couple shots he does get against people on the internet. Or even if he doesn't hit them, he still will say that he knocked them out, which he's never knocked out anyone. But he still tells people that, and he really in his heart of hearts believes it. So I don't really know why anybody could get mad at him. It's mental disabilities. A lot of people hate this guy. He called Deontay Wilder a black motherfucker, and he said he's gonna send him back to slavery.
Fool. You fucking wanna be 50 Cent, motherfucker, homie. Go back to picking cotton, you black motherfucker. I'll fuck you up any day, bitch. I ain't no racist nigga, but I'ma send you back to slavery, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying, cuz?
I didn't take that personally, because I guess I see the intent of somebody. It's mental disability, folks. Like, don't hate this guy. He doesn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something wrong there in his mind. He really thinks that This is he when he calls them like you black motherfucker, he's not. You know how boxers talk shit to each other all the time. The professionals talk shit all the time to each other, and that's what he's doing in his little world. He lives in a world. A lot of mentally disabled people live in a little world. So, for all my mentally disabled people, don't let your disability get you too wrapped up. Appreciate your disability for sure. Appreciate it. But at the same time, still keep in touch with the real world too. Yeah. And things won't be so stressful. So those are some things I thought I'd just touch on real quick with you guys, man. The subs are getting higher and higher now, and I appreciate every single one. 15 right now. Even when I get to 15,000, 50,000, 100,000, I'ma still act like I got 15 subscribers. I'ma love each and every one fully and completely. So stay weird, be different, and stay classy, loved ones. It's all love, man. No bad vibes. And we out. What up? Whoa! Let's try this one again.